Welcome to It is, of course, 39 minutes after the hour. Coming up at the top of the hour, International Live, Samantha and DJ Dan. I believe the Street Walking Cheetahs are going to be on there. And Samantha, who do you have? Who's your artist that you have?
I've got Jay Miz.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we go to our next guest, and she joins us live here in a broadcast. She is just she runs on batteries. She's so tiny. And she's with us today here in our broadcast. Lucky Starr, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we've got you. You're good. Yes. You're good.
Hi.
So, you can be accessed, by the way, on the old Twitter machine, Club Lucky Starr. And you have won an XBiz and all sorts of different things. You're fantastic. Just from your Twitter stuff to everything that you do. Talk to us about this XBiz win.
XBiz win. It was actually a fluke. Because the actress that was cast in the role left set that day. I don't know why. She said it was a family emergency. It could be something else. Who knows? And then they were desperate to find someone to fill in that role. So I was, me being me, was walking around a mall on a Saturday with a current test, and all of a sudden my agent calls me out of nowhere. He's like, "You tested? Yep. You can get to set right now? Yep. Okay, go. Okay. Boom, boom, boom." And then I get to set, and the whole cast and crew are just sitting around there. Instead of, just canceling the shoot for that day, they went on Twitter and they're just like, "We need someone, a MILF over 35 that's tested." And I think at the time, I was like, it was almost common knowledge that I was sitting around with nothing to do with a current test. I was always last minute girl. So then I went, and then they sit me in the hair and makeup chair, and all of a sudden I'm reading the script, and all of a sudden, like, after a while, I thought I was just going to be like a person in the feature. Like it was going to be like one things where one actress here, but then there's like a main actress, and I was the main actress, and I didn't know it. I thought it was just like an A scene, but I didn't know I was going to be like the scene. And we did it in 1 month apart. Like we filmed the first part of a movie at the end of 1 month, and the second part of the movie at the end of the next month. So I can't believe I'm going to say this, it took me a month to build my character. And I read the script and I studied it. And my leading man was Xander Corvus, who's very much untouchable now. And the first day, all I had to do was kiss him. And when he kissed me, it was like, boom, it was like this Cupid's heart, like arrow went right in my chest. I was like, ooh. So then I was watching all of his movies. I was watching like all these romantic movies and imagining it was me and him. By then, Titanic was re-released in 3D. So I went to the theater by myself. It was just, so I built up this character, and then I developed such a crush on him. By the time we filmed the rest of the movie, like I felt like I could fully go for it, like go for the scene, go for everything. I put my heart and soul into it. And then a few months passed, and then I was at my first Laker game ever. I was there with a friend, and all of a sudden, like, my phone's blowing up. And then I saw that I was nominated for 2 awards, Best Scene in a Couples Theme Feature and Best Actress. And I dropped my phone. I was like, oh my God. And I wound up winning Best Scene in a Couples Theme Feature. I never, like, after that, Xander Corvus just went nuts, and by then my infatuation for him was kind of gone. But for that moment, I mean, it was really good. Like I think the call time was like 8. Here's me at like 7:30, sitting on the steps of the set, like, okay, let's go, let's shoot the scene, let's do it, let's shoot the scene, and yeah, the rest, as I say, is history.
That's awesome.
Because somebody left set that day, and it's like one of those days where you just don't know how good it's gonna be when you wake up in the morning.
Wow.
Yeah,
so
that was my award-winning story.
And
that was a good one. I love it.
Well, I'll tell you,
it's going to come tomorrow. So
we have got Lucky Starr with us today. She joins us live here in our broadcast. Our next guest is joining us. He's going to be with us here in about a couple minutes. But so Lucky Starr, you're going to be in Chicago at Exotica. At the at the commonly referred to as the porn convention. what are you going to be doing at Exotica? Do you have a booth? What do you have going on?
Hopefully, not running into people I know because that is my hometown.
Oh, really?
So, and the thing is, I had to move to LA because I outgrew Chicago. Because after a while, everybody knows everybody, and you think it's a big city, that wouldn't happen, but it does. And now, like I look on social media, and all my friends that I know from two totally different things start knowing each other. I'm like, fuck, I gotta leave this town. But I'll just be there signing with James Bartholet's booth. I don't think it's called Galaxy Publicity anymore. I think it's a Inside the Industry booth. And I was
James is great. I love James.
James is just like everyone's buddy. And that's one thing about Exotica is that like a few years I have not been able to sign because I didn't have a booth to sign at. So, and that's one thing I wish they would start doing is like around 2010, there was a Chicago convention called the Ecstasy Convention. And it was actually very, very popular because they basically said, anyone's a porn star, just come, apply, send your credentials, whatever. And if we approve you, just show up, grab a table, call it a day.
That's awesome.
It was very popular because everyone and their cousin was there. You didn't have to like find someone, beg them, because I was like maybe around 2011, 2012, I was signing in Chicago at the Porn Star tweet booth. And the next year they just couldn't be bothered with me. But then that's why I would be signing at way more conventions, but sometimes I don't have a place to sign.
Well, I think that's great. And the fact that you're going to be hanging out at James's booth, that is going to be, because I always have to go by and see my buddy James. And so, yeah, I'll go over there and he'll be like, oh, you've got to talk to Lucky Starr. And he'll put you over. It'll be fantastic.
I usually have fun in Chicago, but like I said, every once in a while, I'm so like leery. I'm like, is someone from high school going to go walking by? Is an old teacher going to go, what the fuck, man? One time I did run into somebody. And it was a guy. I used to sing in a gay men's chorus. I was the first woman to sing in the Chicago gay men's chorus, and I swear to God, that's the honest God truth. But like gay men, they get this sort of thing. You know what I mean? They get the whole porn thing because we had other porn stars in the Chicago gay men's chorus, and I pull them aside, and I was like, "So you're in porn? Oh wow! What do you do? What's it like?" And then he said exactly what I would say now. It is not at all what you think it is. You have to practically be a contortionist to be in porn, and you do not do the same things you do at home. And I'm like, wow, cool. And then my friends and I would be like looking at the internet before our Step of Rose class, watching his season, like, hee 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 hee. And now here I am. So, but yeah, one of my gay male chorus friends recognized me once, and he pointed at me and screamed my real name across the room. And I'm like,
oh no.
It's And he's just like, what are you doing here? Pointed to my sign behind me. I'm like, yeah, I'm a porn star. And he hugged me. He's like, I'm so proud. I'm so proud. That's the only person I actually ran into. Oh, wait, there's another guy. Oh, and this is kind of funny because do you remember when there was a porn gossip website called Luke is Back?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was like the premier place to just bitch about porn stars, anything. And there was a guy that was very, very popular for bitching on porn gossip websites. And later on, I found out he was my sister's friend's brother. And then he used to rip apart James like crazy on the
Oh, yeah.
and he showed up. He showed up at one of the conventions, and James was smiley, shook his hand, and I'm just holding my mouth like this. And I'm like, James, you realize that's Larry the horse, right? He's like, oh my God. I said, yeah. And to watch you guys shake hands was so surreal. But once he was able to see James in person, see he was a decent guy and shake his hand, suddenly he stopped ripping him apart on the internet. And I'm like, okay, good. As long as we can make peace somewhere, let's do it.
That's great.
Right? I know, it was pretty cool.
So you've got all sorts of content out there. Besides signing at the booth and everything, do you have any things planned for Chicago? Do you have like any shoots or anything planned? Or
you know what? I actually have some things sort of in the works. it's still too soon to tell, but either way, I'm going to just kind of go a good chunk before, hang out downtown like I did like last year. And then, I mean, there wasn't a convention going on last year, but I went for other things. And if I don't get any shoots, I'm going to be shopping and maybe going to Millennium Park and a lot of other places that I like to frequent, because Chicago's a lot of fun in the summer. It sucks in the winter, but it's really fun. All the cute little boys come out to play in the summer, but they go into hibernation in the winter because it's really fucking cold. Well, I'm so glad it's there in July this year. Oh, thank God. Because I think when it was last supposed to go on, it was April. I'm like, oh.
It's going to be kind of cold.
And that's the thing. So many Chicagoans bitch about the weather every year, but nobody moves. I moved. But then I miss how fun Chicago is, because it's not like that here in Los Angeles. Maybe sometimes you have to look really, really hard, but it's not the same.
Now, one of my goals in Chicago, which since you're from Chicago originally, this will be interesting to see what kind of reaction you give me to this. But one of my goals is to meet Mancow.
Oh, Mancow, morning. Yeah.
Yeah. And, I don't know how I'm going to be able to do it, but my goal is to bump into this guy.
Social media and like try to contact him by social media, saying, "Hey, by the way, I'm going to be at the Exotica convention. Are you going to be anywhere? Are you going to be?" Because to be honest, Chicago people are real dumb. So if you say, "Hey, I'd like to meet you," I don't know, get an autograph site, they'd be more than willing to accommodate. But you got to figure out how to wait. I don't know if he has like social media.
See, this is the thing. Being able to track him down is kind of hard. So, but I'm gonna do my my damnedest. But before we let you go and we go to our next guest, how do we get in touch with you on?
Oh God, there's no way you can't get in touch with me. Just think of the word Club Lucky Starr with 2 R's, and then there's like a million ways you can get a hold of me. There's Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, OnlyFans. My email address is clubluckystar@aol.com. All you have to do is put that word in Google, and you'd be amazed what comes up. There's no way you can't get a hold of me. And I do things I say I don't read, like DMs on Instagram. I say I don't read it, but I read it. But because I'm trying to weed out the crazies, so I'm very selective about what I answer.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, you are great. Thanks for doing this. I look forward to meeting you in person in Chicago and
get a copy of my book.
You've got a book.
Oh my God, I keep putting off working on the second book because it's I don't know how the hell I did this, because the second one is not as easy as the first one. I don't know what I did, but I was able to do the first one, and now the second one should be coming out. I was hoping to have a hard copy ready by the time we have the convention, but I don't want to just throw it out there without it being complete. So, and that will be called I Am Still Lucky.
Yeah, I love it.
Yes.
Well, Lucky Starr, you are fantastic. I look forward to meeting you in Chicago. We've got to get to our next guest, but thanks for doing this, my friend.
Thank you. I'll talk to you later.
Appreciate it. There she goes, Lucky Starr, with us today here on our big program. And we go to our next guest. We go to the United Kingdom, of all places. And our next guest joins us. Sir, how are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
Pretty good, actually. I've got the lovely and talented Samantha with us.
Nice to see you. Yeah, you good?
Hey,
so
good, doing great.
So I apologize getting to you a little late, but we had our porn star we had to get to.
Well, mate, you know what? That's priority, isn't it?